Hello students, this is our third video on the topic of air in science. Hope you have gone through our previous videos which I have shared in our SNCS app. If you have any queries, you can send me your doubts in my WhatsApp. Don't hesitate to share your doubts in my WhatsApp number. Let us begin our discussion. Today I will start the topic which is called air and breathing. Let me read the first sentence. We can go days without water and possibly weeks without food, but we can't go even minutes without breathing. What does it mean? That we can live for few days without water and possibly 8 to 10 days for without food, but we can't live even minutes without breathing. Why breathing is so much important for us? Let us try to find out the answer behind it. The answer is breathing is important because it is the process through which our body takes in oxygen that is vital for life. So, if I may ask you a short question, and that question should be what is vital for our life? That means breathing is very much important or vital for our life. And what do we breathe? We breathe oxygen. Next, you have to see that every cell of our body needs oxygen. Each and every cell of our body needs oxygen. The oxygen that we take into our lungs is absorbed by the blood carried to each cell in our body. So each and every cell of our body is dependent on oxygen. Without the oxygen they cannot live. And our body is made up of group of cells. Millions and millions of cells are there in our body. The oxygen that we take is absorbed by them, is at first absorbed by blood, and that is carried to each and every cell in our body. We breathe about 18 to 20 times in a minute. So how many times do we breathe in a minute? That is, you should write down 18 to 20 minutes in 18 to 20 times in a minute. Next, the process of breathing takes place in two different parts. That means breathing has two different parts. The first one is breathing in. It is also known as inhalation. And the next part is breathing out, exhalation. So breathing consists of two stages, inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation means breathing in and exhalation means breathing out. So let us try to go into the depth of that process called inhalation. Inhalation means when we breathe in, our body takes in oxygen. You have to put an emphasis on this word. Our body takes in air through the nose. This process of taking in air, this process of taking air into our body is called inhalation. So now I hope you can define the process of inhalation. How you are going to write down the answer for that inhalation? The process of, instead of this you will write down the process of taking air into our body is called inhalation. Now, what happens when we inhale? When we inhale, our chest expands. Expands means, in simple terms, you can say that means फूल जाना, बड़ा हो जाना. The air will try to go through the figure at the same time. The air that we take in passes through our nasal passage. So this is our nose, as all of you know that. There is nothing new to explain it to you. And the process of breathing and the first step of breathing, that is inhalation, starts from our nose. Air flows in through our nose, and after that it moves into that nasal passage. This portion is called the nasal passage, and after that nasal passage it reaches to that windpipe. So where it has filtered, our nasal passage has filtered. The filtered air passes through the windpipe to reach the lungs. After the process of filtration of air, when the air is filtered through our nasal passage, it reaches to the windpipe, and after that it moves into the lungs. The blood that flows to our lungs carries with it a waste product, that is carbon dioxide. So can you name a waste product which is carried out by our blood, that is carbon dioxide? In the lungs, blood takes oxygen from the inhaled air and gives out carbon dioxide. So we inhale oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. You have to keep it in your mind. Blood carries the oxygen absorbed from inhaled air to all parts of the body. I hope little bit the process of inhalation is clear to you. Try to read this passage slowly and steadily, and the things will be clear in your mind. It is the first time when you are going through the process, little bit the detailed process of inhalation and exhalation. You have to spend some time on this topic. It is not so much simple as you have gone through the topics in class 2 and 3. Next we have the process of exhalation. It is a second step. What do we do in the second stage? That is exhalation. When we breathe out, inhalation it was breathe in, and exhalation it is breathe out. What do we breathe out? We breathe out carbon dioxide rich air from the lungs comes out of our body through the nose. That means we breathe out carbon dioxide. So the process, instead of this, again you will write down the process of throwing carbon dioxide rich air out of the body is called exhalation. So this sentence is going to be your definition for the process of exhalation. Instead of this, simply you have to add the, and it will be very much easier for you to follow your textbook sentences, because it is given in very simple and lucid manner. So exhalation is the opposite of inhalation. Exhalation and inhalation is opposite to each other, as you have done opposite words in English, day and night, like this. While our chest expands during inhalation, it relaxes during exhalation. So our chest expands during the process of inhalation. Try to look at the lungs carefully. Now this is our expanded lungs because air is there. Or better you may say that oxygen is there. And this is after the exhalation. What happens after we exhale or release carbon dioxide? Our lungs mm, relaxed. This is this is the diagram of the relaxed lungs. So I think the complete stages of inhalation and exhalation it is clear. Next we have to go through our second topic, that is air supports burning. Air supports burning. Air contains oxygen that is required for burning. Without oxygen, the process of burning cannot be done. Let us verify this through the following activity. So this is one of the activity which has been given to you. The things required, let us go through the things required. And one disclaimer is there: if you want to perform this activity, make sure that it should be in the presence of your parents, or try to take the permission and in their guidance try to do this kind of activity at your home. So the things required are glass, two candles, matchsticks. Method: light both of the candles. At first you have to light both the candles. Next you have to cover one candle with the glass. Now observe for some time. Do both the candles go off at the same time? No. The candle which we have covered with glass, that will go off. The reason behind is that because of that glass, oxygen cannot reach to that candle, and in the absence of that oxygen, as you know that oxygen is there in air. Oxygen is one of the vital component which is present in air, which is not able to reach to that flames of candle. The candle goes off. It is the reason behind it. In this way we can prove it. The candle covered with the glass has a limited air around it. It uses the oxygen from the air in the glass. The moment the oxygen inside the glass is used up, the candle goes off. The uncovered candle keep burning as it gets a constant supply of oxygen from the air around it. So today we have discussed breathing, the stages of breathing, that is inhalation and exhalation, and one of the important topic, that is air supports burning. So try to go through these topics at your home, and again I will be back with our next topic, that is air pollution. Thank you.